plays Derek Healy. On table number 10. Table number 10, Clay Sato. Plays.
No, I can't. Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What about the exit settings? This one? Yep. There you go. There you go.
All right. Let's just do a sound check and make sure that people.
Let us know if you can hear us now. We're working on the sound, and we missed a little bit. You missed some great commentary at the beginning of this match, but we've also now watched Sullivan Rue kind of come alive. She hit 2 in a row, 2 big push shots in a row to take the lead, but now we're back at 3-3, still in the first game in what has been a defensive battle. So it looks like we are back online.
Senior singles, Damon Shopkins plays Doug Workman on table number 23.
All right, we're partying.
Pick up here by Deliza. Remains 3-3 here in game number 1. Best 2 games out of 3. And again, it was Sullivan Rue and Deliza Baumbach who won the winner's side. And must defeat the opponents only once. Of course, Iveta and Isabelle must win 2 consecutive 2 out of 3s. And right now, it is Moore and Stelly who are up 4-3.
One of the things we started talking about, which I don't believe anyone heard, was momentum coming out of the loser's bracket side, and whether or not that should, it absolutely does affect players.
It can. In many cases, it can. Whether it should or not is another matter, but it can. And this team on the right has not played a match since yesterday. Iveta Moore Isabelle Stelly just minutes ago, literally before this match, in the loser's bracket final, played a long overtime match to get here against Hannah Smith and Keisha Rue. And now Iveta with a chance to close out game number 1.
There's an example right there where typically Sully would easily catch that ball coming past her. Are all the micro muscles and the blood vessels, all the circulation, all the foosball brain networking, is it all happening as well as it is for Iveta and Deliza?
But Sully has been playing matches today.
Yeah.
You know, she has been. This configuration, these 2 playing together have not played a match today, and I don't know that Deliza has.
Well, but you watch Sully sit there for 30 minutes and watch that match, right? So just at least 30 minutes of not touching the rods, right? And so, but, to your point, you know who's always on the table? Always?
Yeah.
Right? Name that guy.
Tom Yor.
Tom Yor is always on the table. You know why? He will never have getting cold as an excuse.
That's right. Tom, not an excuse kind of guy. He's going to eliminate any potential excuse by staying on the table. Staying loose, staying warm. And knocked back into the goal here. We're even at 4 here in game number 1.
I think that was their last time out, and I think Deliza called that timeout.
We remember a few years ago, 2018, I want to say, when Deliza Baumbach and Sullivan Rue won the Tornado World Championships. Sully was one of the youngest players to ever. That's 5 years ago. So what was she, 14, 15?
Yeah. And she looked like she was 9.
Yeah. And played like she was 27.
Played lights out, man.
Mike McKinley plays.
Adam's back with us. He has moved to coach seating.
He shouldn't be.
Mark's moved up to first class.
There's no reason why Adam shouldn't be sitting in this seat.
Well, you're in it.
Hey, he's a gentleman.
I like sitting behind you guys.
Yeah.
Always lurking, ready to leave at any moment.
Ready to stab us in the back.
Like so many times before.
What did I walk in on? I just went to go take care of something.
4-4. First game still. That one fired on goal, picked up here by Deliza. Huge ball here for Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly.
All right, players. Please, once again, help us out. Keep this tournament moving. Put your results in immediately after you are...
And that went up the table along the wall to Sully, who has a chance to win game number 1. As she sets it up and calls timeout.
I feel like... okay. Maybe that is their second timeout.
Yeah, that's their second. It feels like, my first thought was it seems like they've called 3.
But we were not that paying attention that well. So
we'll
leave it to the people that are actually playing the event to tell us if it's their timeout.
Sully will put it back into play. Let's see what she does here.
Expert
Try to go for that long again. Yes, she does. Wide of the goal, back the other way, where it's picked up by Iveta, who has a chance to win game 1 once again.
Table number 11, Richard.
And she does. That rolling pull shot, it is 1-0.
Sully's going to be mad at herself for that because we had a hour-long conversation. Look for it, Pandemonium Episode 3, The Wolf, and she talked about it. And she
Is it really subtitled The Wolf?
It's called The Wolf,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, very good.
And she loves it. But hey, listen, this is what happened was she talked about that tendency to want to do something stupid. And she has to fight that urge.
Yeah.
And what she was barely set up, shot a moving long push shot. If she had thought about it beforehand, that's one thing. It's a high-risk shot. Unless you've been looking at it for a long time, like Tommy, you were looking for that 5-bar shot against Kevin Romero the entire time.
Yeah.
Unless you've been looking at it, there's no reason to shoot that right there.
No, there
And
isn't.
I think, I had that same tendency to want to do something stupid. But I call that my teens, my 20s, and my 30s.
My 40s, my early 40s.
And your 40s.
My early 40s.
I was just thinking about
And
this.
Thursdays. What's the Thursdays?
I was just thinking about this, the wolf. And generally, when you think about it, I don't know if there's ever been a female athlete or anyone called the wolf. It seems more masculine.
Whoa.
But you're not going to go for the alternative of the female wolf, certainly in this case. So the wolf works.
I'm going to need a Wikipedia.
Yeah, what's the female, like a wolf?
It's going to come to you guys eventually.
Oh, I get it. You know what, Jim?
I'm going to Google
Jim,
this.
you've really something's fallen off about you. But she came by earlier and she howled at me. She howled at me.
Yeah.
You know why they're howling now?
So is everyone going to howl when she scores, or fan clubs?
Let's see if we can get it there. See if I just started this a week ago. Terry Rue, Sullivan had to stop Terry Rue from running into the room and howling when we were doing the darn thing. So, I'm fun with it.
Table number 25, Jacob Seppies and Corey Trahan plays.
It's an interesting final for sure, right? You got Isabelle Stelly, who is, gosh, she's such another second-generation Fooser, who's playing a ton, who is dating Brandon Munoz, so she's getting her fill of foosball high-level. Is that not? What? Yeah.
What? You're talking about? No, go ahead.
It's just the eyeballs are going to bug out of your head.
No, there's just a lot of experience there.
There's a lot of experience there. Anyway, she's playing a lot of foosball. She's been playing every single tournament, right? So she's constantly around the game. Iveta, married to Ryan Moore. I'm sure that they get some table time in that household every once in a while.
Yeah, I think of these four, Deliza's been playing the least amount because of apparent back issues. But yeah, Sully's kicking herself a little bit for that choice of that quick long last game, and she is going to go inside here to open up the scoring in game 2.
First recall for
Yeah, it was a double negative, right? She quick shot it, and it flew back and landed on Iveta's 3-bar. But here, we're in this match, or in this game now, and a quick pass and score from Sully. It's a great response.
And there's Iveta trying to go to that short side, blocked away, comes back to her again to the straight hole, and Deliza there to make both blocks.
Adam, we missed the whole conversation about having the winner's bracket and carrying the winner's bracket, and how often it's a challenge to do
we
that.
didn't miss it, but the listeners and the viewers did, for sure.
Yeah.
Who cares about them, right? Do you want to just hoard that knowledge for now, or do you want to talk about it again? Adam, what
I want to sit on that knowledge like a dragon.
The dragon.
There's two things here. Obviously, like we talked about, Sullivan and Deliza have not played together in a match since yesterday, whereas Iveta and Isabelle, coming off just moments ago, an overtime win in the losers bracket final to get here, they're coming into this match hot. Whereas Sully and Deliza, again, haven't played since yesterday. However, again, Sully's played a little today. And then Mark talked about how some of the players, the Pro Masters, didn't really want to be a top 4 seed in the qualifying rounds because they don't have to play until tomorrow. And they may have to play a hot team or a team that maybe has played one match the way I think it's going to go.
I talked to like 6 or 7, and across the board, I guess there was a team that got upset last year because there was a hot team coming out of the qualification rounds, and they were like, "Is this a good thing or is it a bad thing?" And even Trevor Park was like, "I don't know if we want to win this match or not. What kind of difference does it make? Do we really want this bye?" So it's interesting to hear Top Master saying, "I'd rather play an extra match and be hot than meet up with a pro team that's played and won a match." It's very interesting.
Yeah, nice play there by Iveta. Make it 2-2.
That's a level of gamesmanship that you don't really see too often. Remember back in the 90s, even before that when it was really mattered your seed, where you're going to be, how you're going to like play that out. You just don't see that at all.
Yeah, I'm going to make all this, I think, probably a bit of a moot point, because I believe the way this is going to work out is they're going to play off today. They're going to get the final 4 teams into the quarterfinal round, and those 8 teams will not play till tomorrow.
So the all the 8 teams won't play till tomorrow.
After they play today, I think it makes sense they'll get into the quarterfinal round tonight, and then those 8 remaining teams will play off
So they'll
tomorrow.
eliminate that whole advantage, if it's you want to call it that.
Yep.
That makes sense. That's an adjustment from last year. Look at Texas State trying to pave new ground.
Yeah, I love it.
Pave new ground here, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really see anyone else do it, the Swiss system, since then, but it's coming someday. They'll all see the light, Mark and Adam.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Tied up at 2 here in game 2, 1-0 lead for Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly.
So you can tell Sullivan is so good that she still has flashes of quality play, but you can tell she's kind of flat. You see that?
Yeah,
she's a little bit flat in her delivery. It's not, and wow, and Iveta's taking advantage of the breaks, right?
Yeah, nice block there by Isabelle, and then, like you said, she took advantage of it. It's now 3-2, and another steal here.
And these are difficult moments when everything's going the other team's way. And that was snappy. She shot a snappy long, snappy.
Set point for Moore and Stelly.
Table number 5, Arturo Enriquez Garcia plays.
Sully is so darn competitive. If she loses this match, she's going to need time to basically calibrate her emotions out of it. We talked about this specific thing.
63 and over singles, Bob Estrada plays Danny Lynch.
Because it won't just be losing; it'll be getting blown out really in the first match.
Here we go. Sully will put it back into play
Danny Lynch.
and find the hole to the short side. I think that she's going to have to work that near side. Isabelle was not giving her the long. We get a switch here. Sully moving back. Deliza moving forward. Iveta.
That's a good switch.
Iveta and Isabelle with a set point. Iveta will set it up against Sully, looking to extend the match to a second and final 2 out of 3. And she does. So Iveta Moore, Isabelle Stelly come out and win the opening set. And we are headed to a second and final best 2 out of 3.
So let's talk about another theory.
Yes, the throwaway theory.
No.
Oh.
The time you take between
Oh
sets.
gosh.
You know, Adam knows this
you go and
intimately.
get your doctorate in between sets.
Yeah, see, Adam knows this intimately because he played with me in pro doubles. Intimately is a weird adjective for this, but he knows me really well in this. Adam, what do I do between sets?
You go and you get your doctorate. You go, you wash your hands, you take a shower, you fly back home, you build a life for yourself, and you come back and finish it.
What I've done twice. So we're talking about pro doubles final. I went across. I lost first set. And I went across the street and bungee jumped, and it was like 2 hours later. I want to completely.
Well, you should have been forfeited because the rule, I believe, says it's 5 minutes.
Well, guess what? Go find me.
Yeah.
Anywe, what I do is I want to
You
reset.
could be forfeited in absentia, you know.
I want to reset. I want to reset my whole mental frame, my mindset. No one's gonna forfeit me.
I love that. You're like that little kid that's like, you can't see me. They can't forfeit
That's
me.
exactly what happens. And so
You bungee
Adam
jump?
knows this. I went to
Yeah, he
Circus
bungee
Circus
jumped.
and bungee
It was
jumped.
wild.
Oh, you're in
Well,
Vegas.
bungee jumping. I like 3 times in a row. I don't care. And so, like, if I lose that first set, I got king seat. I'm vanishing, and you find me. Is it a rule an hour? How much time do you get?
5 minutes.
That's garbage.
No, in between sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like 10 or something, but it's tournament director discretion.
Okay, that's why. So
That's
anyway,
why what?
They just, no one noticed. No one noticed that you weren't there.
No, everybody noticed because they were all at the table waiting for me while I was jumping off a building.
But what you're really talking
If it had
about,
been an
Mark,
open
Yeah, let's
event and you
focus
had been on my table 1, I would have forfeited
No
you.
one cares. Listen, let's focus. This is about right now. What do you
really
need to come back? I'm not good enough to come back after losing the first set and reset immediately, or I just bring my trash into the next set with me.
Yeah.
I'm not that good, so I need to do that. And it's a thing. Like, how do you is adrenaline there? Is
Right.
the sense of purpose and urgency? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I do the same thing. I'm like a dung beetle, and I'm constantly carrying that baggage with me in between sets.
We're
and
still
you do
talking about
need to
foosball, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wondered
Just
why
like
your
a
breath
dung beetle.
smelled like that.
Well, but what you're really talking about is taking your time and using your momentum and doing that what you need to do to be comfortable and be okay on the table.
Yeah.
Well, I want to
And-
show you something right now. After that loss, somebody has not left the table.
And maybe that works for her.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what makes her better. Well, it doesn't work for me. It works for her. You know, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
But
there's no
who-
bungee jumping anywhere close to here, so.
Well, I mean, you know what I would do in this situation? I'd go outside there and I'd run 4 laps around the hotel.
Yeah.
Something. Anything. Anything.
Yeah.
10
No, I see
shots. Just boom, 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 boom. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4,
talking
5. Yeah. No, that makes sense. But see, and this is what I said when I said the throwaway thing when you first went into that, because I saw Sully smile and do handshake and everything. Like, she seemed perfectly like whatever. She just lost, right?
Yeah.
But she's like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I felt like I don't think she was losing that on purpose. I don't think that there wasn't any fire there. I just think that she has been doing this for so long that she knows she's got some wiggle room and she knows how to use that.
Yeah, I firmly expect her to come out with a strong performance opening up this second set, making the adjustments. A lot of times, like I guess the throwaway thing, you have a set to play with, so maybe you're not as finely focused as you need to be in that first set, maybe, and she wasn't. It was, like you said, a flat performance from her. But I fully expect this great young player to come out, and it's going to take an even better effort from Iveta and Isabelle to come back and win this second set as well.
So if you watch the episode of Pandemonium, episode 3, The Wolf, she loses the first 2 games to Lynn Cathy, who are coming out of the loser's bracket, and then she loses the first game of the second match, and her back is against the wall. And she decides that she just needs to take a deep breath, focus on what's in front of her one ball at a time, and they win the next 2 games to avoid the double dip. That was Lynn and Cathy's match that had her by the throat, and we should expect the same thing from Sully here. She's already shown that resilience after losing the first set. I think we're going to see Sully do what you said.
Yeah.
Kind of fight back, fight through. At least that was 2 quick games. We'll see way more fight.
Oh, absolutely. Jim, any podcast you want to show?
No, not really. I'm
Okay.
still. Where can we watch? Pandemonium of number 3, The Wolf, or any of the volumes?
Yeah,
Yeah, or the cat.
There's a pre-production
Or the
version of
meerkat.
it.
That's
You're gonna
not
get punched.
meerkats aren't a cat.
There's a pre-production version of it ready right now. It's on Twitch. You can go to InsideFoods.com Facebook page and look for Sullivan, The Wolf, Episode 3, and then I'll do post-production. I'll put it on YouTube, and then I'll put a hard copy on our Facebook page.
Nice.
And it's great. I mean, you talk about character and being resilient and overcoming adversity in the middle of a match. Sully does a great job of describing what she did in between her ears to overcome that, because most people, frankly, would have lost that match. Losing 3 straight games.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But she is one of those rare champions, and she has proven to be just that. And it has that sort of thing within her that she is able to come back and do it. Not everybody can, like you said.
And look at that over there. You can see her mom just lost to this team that she's on the verge of getting double dipped by. That might be a little hyperbolic to say on the verge of, but now they're over there just talking and she's giving advice.
You see in the background there, that's Sullivan and Keisha.
Yeah.
And Keisha's saying, I love you. You're perfect. Just focus on what's in front of you. Also, you got to do the dishes when we get home. We left a shit ton in the sink. What else? Did you take out the cat litter?
Yeah, I think you pretty much summed it up.
I summed it up.
Take out the cat litter.
Is that a thing?
Have you ever had a cat
Yeah.
that lived inside with a litter box? That's enough. All right. That's good banter.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What's the worst? That was a bad run. That was a bad run. You know, you didn't help at all, so screw you guys.
I'm not sure anybody
You guys
got
are
anything out of
garbage.
the last 10 minutes here on the air.
What's happening in chat? Anything worth? We can't hear you
Wow,
guys.
look at this. Can we get Adam back on the mic?
He's on the mic.
Yeah,
Oh, who
he's
said
there.
that?
That was from Mike Green.
Oh, well, jeez.
Yeah. Adam's biggest fan.
Doesn't Mike
Thank you,
have Mike, you guys are doing a Foos Talk Live here. That's Foos Talk Live. Foosball Radio. Twitch.something.
Is that your Tom Robinson impression?
No.
Is that what that was?
I couldn't do that.
All right, here we go. Second set of the women's doubles final. Thankfully about to get underway.
Gonna bail you guys out of this.
And here we go. Let's see what kind of start Sully gets off to. Let's see if that focus is a little more finely tuned. Trying to go along the wall, taken away by Iveta. Taken right back by Sully, who sends it down the middle.
And then you're going to see our 5 come alive. Number 5 is alive.
And that ain't no jive.
Mark? Nope.
He did not
Because
arrive.
We live in a hive.
Here's Sully taking some time and able to rattle it home to that short side. It's 1-0. And Iveta can't connect on that brush up pass. It comes back to Deliza. Fires that one down the table on goal. Second set, women's doubles final, 2023 Texas State Championships. Jim, Adam, and Mark with you.
She's been having some monster shots. We saw that last night. Not translated so much into this game or this set.
Isabelle slides that one up the table off the post. Rebound grab by Deliza. And taken back by Iveta. That's always the danger to that pass on the near side. If you're going to execute that pass, you have to be sure that 3-row is not in the way or shortly going to be in the way. Got to really sell it.
Just looking to clear, though. And if you could see it well, it's probably, she's been the least active of the 4 young ladies here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's looking to be too offensive in terms of scoring. And that one up the table, grabbed by Iveta.
And Iveta's been doing a great job of getting every loose ball, hasn't she? Like everything that's going back that direction. She's picking it up.
And she strokes this one home. And that's a testament to table time. Grabbing loose balls is absolutely a result of spending time on a table. And lots of it. Back comes Sully. Again, Isabelle not going to give her that long. (1-1). First game, second set. Shot down the middle by Stelly. That one down the middle. Sully got in the way of it. Iveta now with a chance to give her team the lead. Rolling pull shot, hole wasn't there. The shot went wide anyway. That opening set kind of started off like this. The first game, we had audio issues for the first 10 or 15 minutes of the match, and it was still only 3-3 in the first game when we came back.
Well, you could tell Sully's just not firing on all cylinders right now. She's like every other pass and every third shot, maybe.
Yeah, she doesn't look as sharp as we're used to seeing her. And Iveta had it, lost it. Deliza wipes her brow and will now look to once again clear it. And nice grab on the 3-rod by Sully. Split.
Amateur doubles, Steve Harris.
Brush middle split. Yeah, she tried it. The brush middle.
Smith and Brandon Moore.
Good job by Isabelle to be looking for it, and then she sends it off the outside wall up the table off Deliza's man, and in. It's 2-1.
And those are the kind of breaks that really pile up. Those are killers in these moments.
Yeah, especially a match like this where every score is so valuable.
Number 22, Robertson. Plays. Rick Dell.
To get an easy one, to get a chippy, really kind of destroys the equation.
On table number 43. Table number 43, Stephen Anthony. Plays. Mark Owen. Expert doubles.
2-1 lead early on. Moore and Stelly make it 3-1.
That's 2 breaks, and maybe it's showing a little bit that Deliza hasn't been as active.
Mark Crow and Miriam Klaus.
That went off the corner of the goal, wide of the goal. Rebound comes back to Deliza. And you don't see Sully appearing to lack confidence as she does right now. She's questioning some things. Well,
these are real tough moments. We've all been here where it just feels like everything is going the direction of the other team. You can't do it. Nothing you do matters because the other team's going to get the ball, put something on goal, put pressure on you.
Yeah, we saw this last night in the match between Mark Madej and Tom Yorm, where Madej was playing great. He was putting on a show. He was doing spins and calling timeouts, and he was flexing for the cameras, and Tom was struggling, right? Tom was having issues with his own game, but as so often, especially in a 3 out of 5 match, as so often plays out, Tom ended up finding himself, making the adjustments, regaining confidence, and coming back and winning in 5. And certainly when you're talking about Sullivan Rue, one of the best lady players in the world, you have to anticipate that at some point here, she is going to once again find herself. And is that going to be after falling behind 1-0 in the second set? It might be.
And Moore is just doing exactly what it is that she needs to do. And she's doing it. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah. And she's so even-tempered. Really, no highs, no lows. If she drops a pass, she just looks to defend or move on to the next thing.
You know, that's what she's like personally, too. She's manifesting her personality right now. You talk to her, she's so even-killed, so steady. Doesn't get really excitable.
Looking to put away game number 1.
And I like her pull shot, too. Ooh, that was pretty sweet. She has a rollover, too.
Yeah, that was a good possession there, though, despite the blocks by Deliza. She does. She's just a good player, and most people don't realize it because she simply doesn't play a lot. If she did, she is in that mix of outstanding lady players. Let's see if Sully can get going. Isabelle has just been sensational back there defensively as well. You can question the shot selection of Sully, but you got to give credit where credit is due, and Isabelle has played an outstanding match back there so far.
She has, and that's something that I mentioned in the first set. You know, is she just getting blocked by Sully? No, I'm sorry. I said that in the finals. The elimination bracket final is Hannah just getting blocked by Sully? Or you know, she's making these blocks. But no, it's very clear. There's some intention there. Some really great intention, defensive intelligence going on there from Stelly.
Sully's trying to keep it together. She's a highly emotional wolf, and she's episode 3. Anyway. But I haven't spoken to her. She's staying focused, man. She's going to try to keep it all reeled in and channel that. What I love about her, she sees adversity as an opportunity. And she's trying to fight. And Iveta is just playing solid foosball, man.
Yeah.
Just playing solid. Like her
now,
5 bar's been on point.
4-1 here in this first game. Deliza a little more aggressive offensively, picked up by Isabelle.
There it is, fighting for the ball again. Hey, you got to give her so much credit for getting loose balls, staying composed, outplaying Sully on the 5.
But Deliza gets in the way of that long pull shot.
Pro singles, first recall for Carl Henry. Please report to table number 9.
Deliza slowing things down a little bit, probably not a bad idea. Yeah, that one is caught by Sully. Yeah, and Isabelle a little bit in Sully's head right now. Because in reality, if Sully sets that push shot up, takes 6 seconds being dead still, and then explodes to a hole, whether it's long, split, or whatever, she is going to score.
And there are tricks to that, old school tricks. Like, I'm not even going to look at the hole for 9 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna like pretend like I'm looking, but I'm actually gonna open my eyes and shoot the first thing I see. Those things work.
Yeah, they do. I used to look at my shoes in order to take time. Just look down at my shoes, count the laces for 7 seconds.
I used to review my life choices.
Yep.
Yeah, me too. One of them would be like, "Why am I friends with Mark Torres?"
Should I really be a philosophy major? It is my 4th year of undergrad.
And that one off the outside wall by Deliza, and sneaks behind Stelly's man to make it 4-2.
Trying to get into it. It's like trying to find that fire, right? You heard her yell out.
And sometimes you got to kind of manufacture it. Another chance here for Iveta. Another block by Deliza, who's keeping her team in it. Dumped there by Iveta, who's going to switch to the snake shot.
Kim Sloan and Corey Vernon on table number 36.
Back to the pole.
Table number 36, Jim Cerrone and No Calderon plays.
Moore.
Kim Sloan and Corey
Strokes it home, and game number 1 goes to Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly. They're just a game away from the women's doubles title. And you know, in that losers bracket final, they were down for much of that match.
Yeah.
It was really Hannah Smith and Keisha Rue's match to win or lose. And it turns out Iveta just stayed with it, kept doing what she's doing, and they ended up coming back.
Wow. Well, unintentional Renaissance painting.
You're the one in the back. You're the only Renaissance person in the.
I look. Oh my gosh! I look like I'm about to put out some decrees that nobody wants.
I look like I'm trying to get comfortable for a bowel movement.
Bring me your pigs. Going on the pigs and the weeds. Did you say 4th year of undergrad? That is really funny.
In junior college.
Guys, here's what I think of that.
Get Mark tried really hard to find the punchline.
Anything in chat, Jim, besides people aching for me to get off the audio and bring. You know how much I care about that.
What is it?
Yeah, here's a good point from the Recon medic.
Yeah.
You have to remember that Isabelle and Sully play each other often at home in local tournaments.
Right.
And so Isabelle does feel comfortable defending against Sully. And we're going to see
really
if that
good point.
continues.
Never thought about that.
We get game number 2 underway, and a steal here. And a pass by Moore. And she went with a quick one, taken away by Deliza. But again, I think it's Sully basically just has to ignore who she's playing back there, set it up, take her time, execute good shots, exploding to holes. A lot of her misses have been mis-executions. She has sprayed the ball wide of the goal several times.
Rushed. with few shots.
Overshooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard though. You know, it's always been hard for me to play against people that I know, especially if I like them. Like I'm just like that killer instinct goes away.
Like Isabel's not going to give her a quick long like that. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
No score. You're in the second game.
Oh, another possession. Iveta, I bet if we did the math or watched it again, that possessions are 3-1.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty close. And that is surprising, right? And there's that little brush push kick again. It's 1-0. All the momentum on the left side of the table right now. And a quick one here. The pass through the high lane into the little bump kick for Sully. It's 1-1.
See if jumping up or kind of bouncing up and down as she's doing her tic tac.
You have to be careful. That could turn into a tell.
It can. Yeah.
Like on the up, she passes on the up.
Another pass here from Deliza to Sully.
Let's see if Sully's got stuff in the tank. Avoid getting blown out. Oh, that was there too. Meanwhile, Isabella just doing her job back there.
And clears it where it's picked up by Iveta. And she finds the short side. It's 2-1. We're getting a switch. In an offensive situation, Deliza is moving forward.
And I agree with that. Anything you can do to change it.
Man.
Even for a ball.
Even for just one ball.
You know what?
If it's 3-3, 4-3, well, ooh. But no, here in this moment, it's good.
I'll tell you at some point. Tell you about one of the greatest offensive switches I've ever seen, and it was Todd Lafredo and Gus Trevino and San Bernardino.
Did you mean to rhyme, Matt? You didn't mean to rhyme, Matt.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
It was it's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Todd Lafredo and Gus Trevino playing Blaine Steinmetz and Steve Morey in the finals of Open Doubles in San Bernardino.
Oh.
Todd Lafredo was getting destroyed by Steve Morey. He put Gus Trevino up there with his 1 mile an hour pull shot. And they were down 2-0. Came back 2 games. Todd saw what he needed to see and goes up in the front of the 5th game and destroys them. But he needed Gus Trevino to show him what was open against Steve Moore. And it was like super goalie Gus Trevino.
I was at that tournament.
Do you remember?
No.
My memory is...
I wasn't at the Open Doubles final, apparently. That one taken away by Sully. Not 1991, I think.
Yes. Actually, it was 89. 89 or 90.
I think a 90. I think it was held 90-91.
Yeah, it was 90
years.
because I was not yet the amateur doubles world champion.
So just before that. And there is Isabelle from goal. It's 3-1.
I don't know about this.
I think you need to get a switch
Yeah.
back here. Yeah.
I don't know about that switch, by the way.
Well, if the back-
I like the idea of switching things up.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You know, it's just
Yeah.
even for a moment. I mean, you want to do it then though, when it's 2-1, even though it's 3-1 now. But like, it does something. It changes something.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
maybe changed a little bit as Sully able to find the short corner.
Is
To
Sully
make it
going to
3-2.
find the sense of urgency she's needed to start playing with more purpose?
And that pass into the goal. It is championship point for Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly. I believe this would be Isabelle's first ever major championship win. And a chance to get a victory right here. Iveta Moore.
Great play all around.
Chokes it home, and there it is. Iveta Moore and Isabelle Stelly double dip. Sullivan Rue and Deliza Baumbach to win the 2023 Texas State Women's Doubles Championship. And what a performance by those two ladies.
You know, we
Yeah.
spent a lot of time talking about Sully because she was the perennial favorite to win this winner's bracket, owning the winner's bracket and being a champion. She just won a Hall of Fame. And we spent a lot of focus on her, but we converted that when we started to see that she was getting outplayed by both Izzy and Yvette. And they got beat on every rod.
Yep.
Yeah, and you see the congratulations from Brandon Munoz and Ryan Moore, the significant others of these two. There's a lot of pressure on them now. They need to equal what their ladies just did.
Good luck with
they're playing
that.
together.
Good luck with that. Those guys have a hard road in front of them.
They got a hard road in front of them for
Yeah,
sure.
they
But
do.
that being said, though, yeah, you saw that, and I really think the MVP there is Iveta. She is as good as what Stelly did was what you want your goalie to do. But if Iveta rose to an occasion that we've never, I don't know, she didn't play a whole lot, but to see her do that is just fantastic. And she had played with ice in her veins, is what she did.
Yeah, she did. Very even-keeled performance throughout. Performed well on both the 5 and the 3. Picked up loose balls really well. Got extra possession.